Do you struggle staying motivated with your weight loss goals? I know I do. And here's 5 key strategies that I use daily to make sure that I'm hitting that goal. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, for those of you that are new here. And today we're going to be talking about the 5 strategies that I myself use to stay motivated when it comes to hitting and staying with my weight loss goals. See, the problem that I always run into is that I set my goals really high, and then for about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm really motivated and I get in there and I do exactly what I need to do to maintain my focus on losing weight. Well, I start to struggle sometimes and I slip, and maybe I eat something bad and set my diet back a little bit. Well, when you do things like that, you got to get yourself back up. You got to find ways to stay motivated and keep moving forward, because the number you're chasing is attainable. All you have to do is be ready to sacrifice and get yourself ready for when the day comes that you hit your goals. So getting right into the 5 strategies that I use. Number 5, we'll start at the bottom. Number 5 is I remind myself how far I've come. I look at pictures of when I was bigger and I think to myself, do you really want to end up going back to that weight? If you stop now, chances are you're definitely going to be back there before you know it. So why would you struggle, or why would you set yourself back knowing that it's going to be even harder the next time to get to the goal that you've set? Now, I always keep a couple of pictures on my phone and a little writing, a little saying about my daily weight, and I mark those down every day. Mark down my weight. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, Squatchin' Fitness, I post every single day. I post my weight, my BMI, my water, and then all of the other stats that the little app on my phone records. And I feel that that also, coupled with the fact that I use photos of myself previously, and occasionally I'll post those up too for you guys, so that you can also see how far I've come. Now, it's motivating for me a little bit knowing that those are out there, because I don't want to look like that anymore, number 1. And number 2, they're out there to maybe motivate somebody else. Now, if you're struggling with your weight, don't feel like you're alone. There's a whole community of us out there. Which brings me someone who's lost the weight that inspires you to lose weight yourself. I follow Obese to Beast, and I find that his content and him working every day actually motivates me. I follow him on Instagram, I comment on his stuff all the time, and it gets me really excited, because I know that he was the same weight as I was when I started. I actually might have been a little bigger, but I know that it's attainable, that the goal that I'm looking for I can hit. And if I continue down the path that he's already set forth, he did a no-nonsense diet, which is exactly what I did when I started. I stopped eating things that were obviously bad for me. That included getting rid of junk food. I love chips. I could sit down and eat a whole bag of chips right now. I won't, but I could if I wanted to. He got rid of pop. He got rid of stuff that was bad for him, and he just started doing little fitness things. Eventually led him to bodybuilding style exercises, which is what we do, and CrossFit, which is another thing that I do over here on this channel. And I find that following him, and I follow a bunch of other people too, it inspires me to keep myself motivated. If I wake up and I'm having a bad day, I'll scroll through Instagram and I'm like, I can't do this. Today is the day I can't do it. I'm done. I'm going to give up. And you see something that he posted, his workout, and you see the workout that gets you excited. Before you know it, you're in your garage gym knocking them out like it's day 1 again. So use other people's inspiration to keep yourself motivated. Number 3, just start moving. I find myself, when I struggle the hardest, it's when I'm sitting on the couch doing nothing. And you know what? Those thoughts start to creep in that you can't do it. You're never going to be able to maintain. You're never going to be able to maintain your goals. You're never going to be able to get where you want to go. But you can't let those thoughts creep in. So you know how you stop them? Get up. Go for a walk. I know also on YouTube, I follow Mark Bell. Mark Bell is a big proponent of 10-minute walks. And a 10-minute walk outside doesn't seem like a lot. And yeah, it's probably not going to do a whole lot for your fitness, but you know what it will do? It'll recenter you. The Stoics believe that walking outside in forest, in the nature, would recenter you, reconnect you to the earth. I believe that myself. I know when I'm outside, I feel better. You know, taking in the sun, the vitamin D from the sun is also another thing that keeps me, I don't know, I feel better. I feel better when I'm outside instead of cooped up all the time. So if you're starting to let those thoughts creep in, like I said before, that you're never going to be able to hit your goal, you're never going to get there, stop. Get up, open your front door, go for a 10-minute walk. Recenter yourself. You know, the 10-minute walk, I don't really recommend listening to music or scrolling through your feed. Really be in the moment. I know that sounds crazy, but there's something about just experiencing the outdoors that'll really bring you back and let you focus on who you are. You can find yourself in those things. So get up, go outside, take a walk. All right? And that was the third thing. 2, find a way to hold yourself accountable. Now for me, it's you guys. I started this YouTube channel because I needed something to keep me accountable. I needed something that I had to do every day. I wanted to make it a habit to do it every day. And then I told myself, I wrote it down in my journal, which by the way is another thing you should do if you definitely want to continue on your goal, on your weight loss goals, is start a journal. Writing a little blurb about your day is like unburdening yourself. You know, I take it back to the Stoics again. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal every single day just a few sentences about his day. And he's still regarded as one of the greatest Stoics of all time, even though he just wrote little things. Stoicism, by the way, not part of the weight loss goal. It's just something that I've been able to look forward or look into to make it easier for me to do things in life. Because all of the things around us, this whole world, it's not forever. Which is why you have to take losing weight right now seriously. Everything ends, and eventually we will end. Think about that for a second. It's really terrifying to think about your own mortality, but it's also another key motivator. Think about, I know, again, the Stoics, I'm going to bring it back. Memento mori. Remember death, because it's always there. It's always behind you. No matter how famous you get, no matter how big or how small you get, it's always there. But for me, I use that thought of death to motivate myself to maintain my weight loss goals. Sounds crazy, but it's something that I do. And I enjoy it. I enjoy reflecting on my life, thinking about the future, maybe even thinking about death every once in a while. Which brings me to my number one strategy for how to stay motivated with your goals. The number one thing that I do that I don't know if everyone does, but you should be doing, is I stop and I remember my why. Always remember your why. For me, my why is my wife and my daughter. And without them, I don't know that I would always be able to motivate myself. But I know that if I want to live a longer, better life, I have to do it for them. All right? Have to do it for them. They are my biggest motivators, my biggest fans. You know, they're someone I lean on when things get really hard. And when things get really hard, it makes it hard to care about your weight loss and about, focusing on yourself. But you have to. It's not selfish to think about yourself for the good of other people. All right, remember that. That's it. It sounds crazy, I know, but being a little selfish to be there longer for the ones you love, doesn't that seem like a good trade? But your why doesn't have to be that. Your why could be anything. but always remember your why. Your why should be your number one motivator. Why am I doing this? Why did I start the journey? Why should I continue? Your why is why you should continue, right? Think about your why and keep going. All right, well, that's that for the 5 strategies that I use to stay motivated for my weight loss goals. I would also like to talk to you guys a little bit about the channel, about these videos. The videos are going to start to get a little shorter. I'm only going to film my intro. I'll still film the whole workout session on Twitch. So if you'd like to see the whole workout, go to twitch.tv/squatchandfitness and you can find us there. But if when you're watching the videos on here, I'm only going to use whatever the first set was of the exercise. That way it'll shorten the videos by probably about 10 minutes. So instead of a 30-minute video, you're probably going to get a 20-minute video, 5 minutes at the end of me rambling, 5 minutes at the beginning of me rambling, sandwich the workout. Now, if you have questions about my workout or you want some help from me, don't feel like you can't reach out. I want to be and make these videos so that I can help others who are in the spot that I'm either currently in and looking to get out or were before. Because if you go back to my first video, which was only a week ago, I talk about where I was when I started my journey a couple of months ago. I'm actually down quite a bit of weight. I'll post later on the exact number, but I believe it's about 50 pounds. Now, there's no telling the beginning of the journey because, like I said, my scale wouldn't read me. So I had a scale that went up pretty high and it didn't read me. So I started the weight loss journey and I kept going until my scale would read me. And every day that number gets a little smaller. Now today it was up a bit because yesterday was my cheat day. I kept it in control, the cheat day, so it wasn't as bad as it normally is. Normally there's a huge bloat of about 7 pounds that I start holding water because of how crazy I changed my diet that day. But this week I was really good about limiting the amount of carbs that I got and keeping myself in check. So those numbers are different today. I'm actually up, I don't even think it's a whole pound. I think I'm up like 1/10 of a pound or something like that. But yeah, back to the videos. They'll be shorter. So, but if you do want to see the whole workouts, I save them at twitch.tv. The whole workout's up there. I did figure out why the quality wasn't as good as it should be. It should be recording in 1080p. It was recording in like 436p because I had the settings set to low latency and I didn't know what that meant. But I do now, so they'll be up there for you. Outside of that, there's no big changes coming. I'm going to keep pumping out content every single day for you guys. And I would love it if you would like, comment, subscribe. Did you love the video? Thumbs it up. Did you hate the video? Tell me I suck. I just want to hear from you guys. Please. All right? Well, anyways, that wraps up my 5 key strategies on how to stay motivated. And I hope to be back here tomorrow morning to motivate you further. Have a great day.